stories glow. Palm lantern ignite, where the tales will flow. Whispers of the night, under moonlit skies. Every word so bright, in your mind it lies. Lantern light guides you through the night. Every tale in sight makes your heart ignite.
Beauty had just landed an entry-level management role at a hospitality firm in Lagos, Nigeria. To save money and stay close to work, she moved in with her older brother, Paul. He lived with his wife Valerie and their 2 young daughters, Victoria and Paula. Valerie worked from home as a data analyst. She was striking and fashion-forward, never missing a chance to dress in designer clothes and wear luxury wigs. At family events, she spent more time perfecting her look than dressing her daughters. Looking glamorous meant more to her than appearing as a devoted wife and mother. Though married, Valerie often acted as if she were single. She regularly went out with her friends, stayed out late and danced erotically with her friends. Beauty or Paul often had to watch the kids while she was out. When Paul gently suggested she spend more time at home, it always led to heated arguments. Paul loved Valerie deeply. He chose peace over conflict, often giving in just to protect their home. Valerie knew this and slowly tested the limits of his patience, pushing boundaries until she felt she had full control. She posted erotic videos from parties online and responded freely to direct messages from unfamiliar men. She saw no harm in it. She called it living her best life. One afternoon, Beauty left work early due to a severe stomachache. Unable to drive, a colleague dropped her at home. Valerie didn't expect her to be back so soon. As Beauty stepped into the house, she was stunned. Valerie was in an uncomfortable situation with a neighbor, a man Beauty had seen before but never spoken to. Valerie quickly grew flustered. She stammered that he was from her village, like a brother to her. Nothing happened, she claimed, but Beauty said nothing. She walked to her room uneasy. Later, she remembered the camera installed in the living room. After Valerie left, Beauty checked the footage, only to find the camera had been turned off. She wondered how long this had been going on. When Paul came home, Valerie served him a warm meal. She casually mentioned that her village brother had stopped by. She glanced at Beauty, daring her to speak. Beauty stared back but remained silent. Tension grew between the 2 women. A trivial fight over dirty dishes turned into a screaming match. Paul was shocked. They had always been civil, but this fight wasn't about dishes. Beauty, in the heat of the moment, accused Valerie of being unfaithful. Paul defended his wife, insisting she would never betray him. Later, he confronted Valerie. She deflected, raised her voice, and played the victim. Paul, afraid of more conflict, apologized. Valerie saw his fear and became bolder. Her outings with the neighbor became more frequent. Paul continued to shower her with love and expensive gifts, trying to buy her love, unaware he was only fueling her pride. Valerie bragged to her friends. She said she didn't love Paul, but that he adored her beyond reason. He even paid for her trips with friends, where questionable activities happened. Beauty watched silently, heartbroken. She prayed for her brother to see the truth. One day, Valerie told Paul she had a business conference in Abuja. While she was supposedly away, Nicholas, Paul's friend, invited him out to a well-known bar. Paul rarely went out, but this time he agreed. At the bar, as Paul laughed with his friends, he froze. Valerie had just walked in, holding hands with their neighbor. They were laughing and even shared a kiss. Paul's heart sank. He was about to stand up to confront them. Nicholas stopped him and told him to handle the matter in an emotionally intelligent manner. Paul recorded the scene and called Valerie and said, "I am in Abuja, and I can see you in your red dress. Nice dress, by the way." Valerie, knowing she was still in Lagos, turned around in horror and saw Paul waving. She ran to him, begging, but he walked away. Later, she pleaded for forgiveness, and Paul wanted to take her back. But Nicholas told Paul the hard truth. Valerie had always been like this. He had seen her in uncompromising situations several times, but was afraid to tell Paul. She wouldn't change if he kept taking her back. Paul finally let go. He divorced her and focused on co-parenting. Valerie tried to return to him, but he stood firm. He had given her everything, his love, loyalty, and trust, but she threw it all away. In the end, she never found anyone who loved her like Paul did. What she did broke Paul. He became less trusting of women.
Underneath the stars